You're watching ABC 7 News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us tonight. After last week's shooting at a Jacksonville high school football game, the Manatee County School District is now beefing up security at games.
ABC 7's Jackie Kelly talked with security experts and tells us what measures fans can expect to see at games that kick off in just a few hours.
Scott, Jacqueline, I'm here at Manatee High School where a rivalry football game will take place later tonight against Palmetto. Now, both the district and the sheriff's office reassure me that this area will be secured. When going to a Friday night football game for a Manatee County school, fans can expect some changes when it comes to security.
It's no longer are we allowing backpacks or large bags or purses in. So for women, it will only be a clutch purse will be the only type of bag allowed in.
And with a recent shooting at a high school football game in Jacksonville, District Supervisor of Athletics Jason Montgomery says they are putting more focus on the parking lot.
We're just putting a greater emphasis on making sure we have a bigger presence in the parking lot before and after games, making sure people aren't hanging around the perimeter of our facilities, and getting them in and out as clean and quickly as we can.
Manatee Sheriff's Department, who helps staff games, say the recent shooting has officers more aware.
It kind of just reinforces the fact that you've got to be diligent out there. You have to basically have your head on a swivel, know what's going on at all times.
But they're also asking for fans' help.
If you see something, you need to say something. If you happen to know somebody that was saying, you know, I'm going to the game tonight and I'm going to be carrying, well, that needs to be reported right away.
The district tells me that here tonight at Manatee High School, they'll have 6 to 7 officers, Palmetto's SRO, and patrol units. Reporting in Manatee County, Jackie Kelly, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Jackie, thank you. A warning to parents tonight to monitor your child's cell phone and social media accounts after a Plant City man is arrested for traveling to Sarasota County to have sex with an 11-year-old child. Deputies say 30-year-old Stephen Roa is a registered sex offender in Plant City. The victim's mother called police after she discovered Roa and her daughter had exchanged sexually explicit photos on social media apps. Deputies then found that Roa had met the girl on her way to school and the two engaged in sexual activity. They're warning parents tonight to not only check your child's cell phone, but click on and open every app to make sure it is what it appears to be.
A Manatee County school guardian is being reassigned following an investigation and temporary suspension. The Manatee County School Board says John Chinke, an officer at Canaan Elementary, has been reassigned to a position without contact with students. An investigation began after the school board was alerted to several shared Facebook posts on Chinke's personal page about conspiracy theories. His Facebook page has since been disabled.
Well, we had some storms around a little while ago. Things are looking a little better at this hour. Let's get more with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob?
Yeah, really a lot better, Scott and Jacqueline. Things have improved considerably across the area. Only one shower or storm in our viewing area showing up some lightning right there in eastern portions of DeSoto County. Manatee High School football for Palmetto, not a problem. In fact, not a problem right now at all. We take a look at that in just a minute. Some showers to the north thereof. You can see that at Ruskin, some showers near just north of Willow there. Parrish, no lightning around. And in fact, you can see light rain lingering now from Inglewood through Venice. The storm here, Braden, there's the game. 19 miles off, there is some lightning well to the northeast of that location. Now, the rain was heavy at times in parts of South Sarasota County again. Seems it's been an ongoing problem here as far as heavy rainfall goes. 2.5 inches just to the north of Nokomis, in between Nokomis and Osprey there near Casey Key Road. 2.5 inches of rainfall. Laurel Road, nearly 2 inches, and it came within less than an hour. So when that happens, it just runs off into the roadways and causes all sorts of problems with localized street flooding. And river flooding also is a big deal going on. We have the Manatee River at the Myakka Head. We have the Myakka State Park flooding going on there as well. The Peace River in Arcadia is at flood stage, and Horse Creek in Arcadia as well, and the Peace River all the way up through Hardy County into Wauchula. So that's going to be something to watch, I think, over the weekend. It's going to be a pretty big deal. So weather headlines read like this: football Friday night looking pretty good right now. It'll be cloudy. It's cooled off, so that's nice. For the most part, flooding concerns through the weekend. And then a tropical wave moves in on Monday. It's now located just around Dominican Republic and Haiti, and it's pushing off toward the west-northwest, and it doesn't appear it's going to be a big deal in terms of wind, but it will be a bigger deal in terms of more widespread heavy rainfall. At this point, we'll keep an eye on it for you, especially on Sunday. We'll have a better handle as to how much rain we can expect, but would not be surprised to see up to 3 to possibly 5 inches of rainfall in some areas. Now you can see the blue area, that's the hostile environment for tropical development. Red means it has a better chance to develop. You'll notice as we move through the forecast there, that blue stays right over us for the most part, even into the eastern Gulf of Mexico. Conditions will become a little bit more favorable as we move into Monday and Tuesday in the Gulf of Mexico. There's a 10% chance of it developing into a tropical low. We'll have more on this and the rest of the tropics come up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Many people are wondering if red tide is still lingering and if it's safe to go to the beach. We checked with both Sarasota and Manatee counties for those answers. In Sarasota, no fish kills reported today, and staff is monitoring conditions and will send cleanup crews if there are any problems. In Manatee County, it is a little bit of a mixed answer. The Gulf side looks great, no dead fish, fairly clean waters, and no seaweed. Coquina Beach and Cortez Beach are also clean, but the Coquina North Boat Ramp and South Boat Ramp have some seaweed and dead fish in that area. Right now, there are no health advisories in place for area beaches.
Researchers at the University of South Florida launching an underwater vessel last week that will help determine if red tide is crawling along the seafloor. The glider traveled 50 miles northwest of Clearwater Beach to an area known to spawn red tide blooms this time of year. They're using the underwater glider, which is a robot that uses sensors to measure the likelihood of algae blooms and their location. It has wings and ballast adjustments that allow it to travel while floating and sinking along the way. The mission is scheduled to last 4 weeks.
Today, Governor Rick Scott announcing that the state is providing an additional $3 million in grant funding to help communities impacted by red tide. That brings the total amount of grant funding to $9 million. With this money, the DEP providing $750,000 for Manatee County, over $1 million for Sarasota County, and millions more for Collier, Lee, and Martin counties.
While Floridians prepare for the extended Labor Day weekend ahead, law enforcement officers are reminding those driving to get enough rest and stay patient on our busy roads. Florida Highway Patrol says people should avoid driving during the hours that they're normally sleeping and stop when they get tired. Extra state troopers will also be on the highways looking for drunk drivers as well as people who are speeding and driving aggressively. Troopers say the goal is to cut down on the number of traffic-related deaths over this 3-day weekend.
It requires patience because we are going to have increased traffic flow. So you should, expect that there's going to be delays in your travel. Expect that your commute is going to be longer or your trip is going to take longer.
Good news for Florida drivers. Gas prices have dropped over the past few weeks. According to AAA, gas is now just about 30 to 40 cents more expensive than it was during last year's Labor Day weekend. Well, still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, another manatee found dead here on the Suncoast. Why officials with FWC believe the death is red tide related.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast for the Labor Day weekend, plus the potential dangers of eating foods prepared with liquid nitrogen. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Forty Carats Family Center and the Community Foundation of Sarasota County present a free speaker event, Unselfie, Why Empathetic Kids Succeed in Our All About Me World, featuring parenting educator and author Michelle Borba at Riverview High School on Tuesday, September 25th at 7 p.m. Help children become successful, moral, courageous, and resilient. RSVP required at 40carats.org. That's FORTYcarats.org.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Temperatures are rising and the deals are heating up during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota. Get KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for just $22,999. Or save big and get the new Chrysler 300 Touring with an MSRP over $30,000 for just $21,999. That's a savings of over $8,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota today.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to Mesobook.com.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Francis Collier and Angela V. Shelton have been best friends for 19 years.
Actually, it's 21 years. But who's count?
Taking America by storm, this comedy duo decided to call themselves Frangela.
Well, actually, people can never tell us apart. Like, I'm a foot taller.
They're the host of a new kind of daytime talk that's all about you.
I'm in.
Meet Time with Frangela. Premieres September 10th.
Oh, he sounds cute. My friend is single.
Me time. Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
The no swim advisory on Longboat Key Beach has been lifted, opening all beaches in Sarasota County to the public. Longboat Key Beach was one of 4 beaches closed on August 23rd when bacteria was found during water quality testing. The advisories at Brohard, Venice Pier, and Lido Casino beaches were lifted earlier this week. While the no swim advisory has been lifted, health officials say a red tide advisory will remain in place until conditions improve.
Yet another marine animal possibly loses its life to the red tide outbreak here on the Suncoast. Earlier this week, FWC responded to a report of a dead manatee near Anna Maria Island. The manatee carcass was recovered and brought back for a necropsy. FWC officials say the manatee's death is thought to be red tide related, but they will await confirmation from toxicology results. Remember, it's important to call FWC's Wildlife Alert Hotline if you do see a sick, stranded, or distressed, or even a dead manatee or other marine mammal. That number, 888-404-3922. And Bob, you've been checking out. We got the new report in yet from FWC?
It has come in. We're going to have that at 5:30, just after 5:30. It's looking better for some counties and getting a little worse for others. So it's just back and forth. Yeah. I was out at Manatee County today. Was at Braden Beach, also at Bridge Street. Not many people out there this morning, but there were a lot of people on the beach, even a couple in the water. Now the water still looks a little discolored, but the smell, not a problem at all. It was really a quite nice morning out there. So with the east wind, it's not too bad. There was still a little bit of smell on the bay side because of some of the fish that got caught in the mangroves that are still there, but other than that, it wasn't too bad at all. We are looking at the red tide change. We'll have this for you in just a minute. As I said, there are some counties that are improving and some that aren't. Manatee County is improving at this point. Van Wezel showing the storms moving in periodically throughout the afternoon, and yes, heavy rain in just a short period of time, and then followed by some clouds, and now the rain has moved out of downtown Sarasota, so looking pretty good. Starting to see some breaks in those clouds off in the distance. There's still a chance for some light rainfall. Boy, Mindy Towns getting this impressive shot of a shelf cloud that's attached to the thunderstorm there. It's a panoramic view, but it's still very impressive. We've had a lot of photos sent in. Appreciate that one, Mindy. And you can see the storms down to our south right now. That heavy lightning that was around and strong rain is now moved pretty quickly to the north of us. We're still seeing some light rainfall around. The high school football action, as I said, looking a little bit better in terms of any kind of significant lightning right now, but not a lot of heavy rainfall. The energy has been used up. Light rain still lingering, though, across parts of the Suncoast, as has been the case over the past several afternoons and evenings. We get these big storms rolling in, and the light rain lingers now and again. We have an isolated storm that pops up here and there. We're seeing right now just to the southeast of Wauchula. Some activity well offshore, some very light rainfall there, but it came down pretty heavy near the airport. The airport's finally catching up out on this last day of August, and you can see that light rain all the way into Inglewood and Punta Gorda with a few spotty showers down to the south and east of us tonight. So keep that in mind if you're going to the ball games tonight. It looks to be okay, cloudy. It's cooled down into the 70s because of the rain, so not too bad. And it has been heavy in places like Osprey and just north of Nokomis. They had nearly 2.5 to 3 inches of rainfall. Had a viewer send me in actually an email saying that yes, he had up to 2.5 inches of rainfall in less than an hour. When you get that kind of rain, boy, it really happens. Well, this is going to bring us even more rain. Unfortunately, this is a tropical wave. I guess that's fortunate it's going to be a tropical wave, but unfortunately, it's going to bring a lot of rainfall our way on Monday and possibly lingering on into Tuesday. Right now, it's causing problems into the Dominican Republic as well as into Haiti. Some heavy rainfall there. And with the mountainous terrain, that always is a problem for mudslides. The Hurricane Center monitoring this area. It's going to move off to the west-northwest. Only a 10% chance developing over the next 5 days. And it looks like conditions will improve once it gets into the Gulf of Mexico. And that will start to head away, though. It's not going to hang around here for too long. It will be still lingering, it looks like, on through Tuesday. But the wave itself, little isobars, little crinks in the isobars there will actually be moving off toward the west-northwest, and high pressure will still dominate off the Carolina coast, so it'll push it away. It's not going to stay around and cause all sorts of headaches, but we'll still be in that east wind, and we'll still have a good chance for showers and storms every afternoon, even after it moves out into the Gulf of Mexico. Well, as far as the other storm we're watching, which is a well-behaved storm, we like these ones that are way out there in the Atlantic. This is soon to be Florence, it looks like, as it will head off into the open waters of the Atlantic. And as far as the winds go, they're up to 35 miles an hour. It's moving to the west at 15 and should be of no concern to any land area as it makes its way off into the central Atlantic. Well, the water vapor content is still showing quite a bit of moisture around, and that moisture will only increase, I think, as the tropical wave starts to move on in. Now, there's a little bit of dry air that will seep in, I think, on Saturday, so our rain chances will drop just a little bit, but they'll still be there at 40% for those afternoon storms. Right now, some breaks in the clouds. It's 73. That's really quite comfortable, considering if you didn't have the rain, it would still feel like about 100 degrees right now. So for boaters tomorrow, east winds turn to the southeast. We'll start off at 15, so a bit brisk in the morning, subsiding somewhat in the afternoon with a moderate chop out there. Well, here's the 7-day forecast. We're calling for 40% chance for storms on Saturday afternoon and evening. Jumps up to 60% on Sunday, Monday, and on Tuesday it'll be at, again, 70% chance. That's a 70% chance for storms. Back to you.
Okay, Bob, thank you. Let's check first alert traffic. Try and avoid the interstate if you can right now. I-75 backed up between Bee Ridge and Laurel Road. This is both the north and southbound lanes. Look at all the red there on the map. So stay away from the interstate if you can this evening. Jacqueline?
Thanks, Scott. In health news tonight, itchy, irritated eyes are not uncommon for this time of year, but could it be more than just the pollen in the air? Kim Hutcherson explains in today's Health Minute.
Do you have itchy, irritated, weepy eyes? It may not be just allergies. It could be pink eye, also known as conjunctivitis.
It's an inflammation of the membrane layer that's on the front of the eye.
According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the 4 main causes of pink eye are viruses, bacteria, allergens such as pet dander or dust mites, and other irritants like smog or swimming pool chlorine. As anyone with kids knows, the condition is highly contagious. You can prevent pink eye from spreading by washing your hands thoroughly. Avoid touching or rubbing your eyes. Never share makeup, contact lenses, or eyeglasses. Most cases of pink eye get better on their own, but if you experience moderate to severe pain in your eye, intense redness, or have a weakened immune system, see a doctor. Infants or newborns with symptoms should see a doctor immediately. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
A warning tonight about the dangers of eating all those fun foods made with liquid nitrogen like ice cream, cereal, or even cocktails. The FDA says people have been injured from handling or eating those products prepared by adding liquid nitrogen, even after the liquid nitrogen has fully evaporated. Although it's not toxic, the extremely low temperatures are what makes it so dangerous, especially if that liquid nitrogen has not completely evaporated. Well, what is it about drinking alcohol that makes us want to reach for the fridge? Alcohol is known to lower inhibitions and cloud judgment, so when we're drinking, we may not think twice about ordering that pizza at 2 a.m. or not be worried about whether or not a salad is a healthier choice. Also, evidence shows that alcohol messes with the effects of leptin, the hormone that tells us when we're full. Some studies showed it didn't just quiet the signals of leptin, but may actually stimulate signals in the brain to tell us that we're starving. Coming up, multiple people are dead after a semi-truck crashes into oncoming traffic. A look at the devastating damage left behind. Plus, a plane flips and lands upside down during an emergency landing. Those stories coming up next.
Get more for your money during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Sunset Subaru. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Impreza is an IIHS top safety pick for 11 years running. Lease a new Subaru Impreza today for just $182 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you, with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991. Now, in one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TruStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TruStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
Every time you purchase a fishing license or register your boat, you're helping to preserve our nation's coastlines, lakes, rivers, and streams, protecting memories for generations to come. Learn how your participation in boating and fishing can help the environment at takemefishing.org/conservation.
A devastating head-on collision in New Mexico claims at least 8 lives, but authorities say that number could rise. A semi-truck blew a tire, crossed the median, and then hit a Greyhound bus head-on yesterday. Several fatalities were confirmed. Some survivors have serious injuries. There were 49 people on the bus, including the driver. Only one person was on the truck. There's no word yet on what caused the truck's tire to explode, but the National Transportation Safety Board is now investigating that crash. A concrete truck was caught on camera swerving in and out of traffic on a Columbia, South Carolina highway yesterday. Look at that. The video shows the truck going across the lanes back and forth and then over the median to the other side before hitting the vehicles and eventually overturning. It at one point collided with another tractor trailer. Troopers don't know what caused the crash, but they do say somehow no one was hurt.
Amazingly, no injuries after this plane made an emergency landing in North Carolina. Take a look. This plane is completely upside down. Authorities said the single-engine fixed-wing plane made an emergency landing in a cotton field. It's unclear what caused that plane to flip. Authorities are now investigating. And take a look at this video. It's the Utah Division of Wildlife Resources restocking a high mountain lake, which apparently they do from the air. More than 200 of these lakes in Utah are not accessible by cars, so the department flies the fish in. The transported fish range in size from 1 to 3 inches long, but because they're so small, the air slows the drop and they look like they fall into the water like leaves.
I'm going to be adopted?
Well, this is the feel-good story of the week, I think. The special moment when a little girl found out she will finally be adopted has gone viral on social media. She's seen in the video opening a box on her birthday, and inside was a frame with a life-changing message, "I'm going to be adopted." She reads before breaking down into tears and hugging her soon-to-be parents. Her mother posted the video on her Facebook page saying her new daughter had been waiting years to find a permanent family. She and her husband will also adopt the girl's brother and sister.
I saw this video earlier this week and it just kind of gives you chills with how happy they are.
Yeah.
Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, how the public is saying goodbye to Senator John McCain as he lies in state in the U.S. Capitol.
Plus, it's week 2 of the high school football regular season. We'll have a preview of tonight's game of the week.